everybody, I'm Sean Pierce Johnson, and this is In the Details on Vola Guitar TV. In this episode, we have a 2-for-1 special with the brand new 6-string signature models for Quentin and Pierre of the band Kadinja. Although they have drastically different appearances, these are two very similar instruments, so it should make for some interesting sound comparisons here in this video. We're of course going to hear them, but now it's time to talk details and specifications on these rad looking guitars. Now, despite their cosmetic and body shape differences, these two guitars have a lot more in common than you would think. Let me just put down this guy first, and let's talk about the body woods. Both guitars, the PDM and the QGM, are constructed with mahogany bodies and maple tops. Both have natural maple binding around the bodies that just looks absolutely stunning. And for someone like me who really loves those mahogany and maple guitars from all the famous mahogany and maple top guitar builders, it's really cool to see that tone wood combination in an S-type and a T-type instrument. I personally love the way that the natural maple binding looks on the PDM, with it going all the way around and even getting a little nice extra cut on the bevel on the underside of the body. It just looks really spectacular. Now, these necks are just a little bit different than some of the other models we've looked at recently in that these utilize Vola's classic C shape, whereas the modern C has a little bit more of a thinner feel. The classic is much more substantial in the hand, and personally, as someone who has a larger hand and kind of favors bigger necks, these fit very comfortably, and I just find them to be an absolute joy to play. When it comes to the neck details, we have a 25.5-inch scale length, 22 medium jumbo stainless steel frets on a 12-inch radiused rosewood fingerboard, looking absolutely stunning, might I add. But my favorite thing is the side inlaid dots, which are of course loom inlays. Both guitars have Godet locking tuners up at the headstock for quick and easy string changes, and both come equipped with the 510 Godet whammy bar bridge. However, if you thought the similarities ended there, think again. They even carry into the electronics. Both guitars come equipped with the Vola designed Fire Ice humbucker in the bridge and VSI single coils in the neck and middle position. A really well balanced HSS setup that allows you to get great glassy cleans, aggressive high gain crunch tones, and can go from classic to modern at the flick of a switch. Each guitar comes equipped with a master volume, a master tone, and a 5-way blade selector in their respective arrangements for an S and T type guitar. And both also have this nifty little 3-way toggle switch in between their master volume and master tone controls. This little 3-way toggle switch is connected to each guitar's bridge humbucker, and it gives you access to series, parallel, and coil tapped sounds in just the bridge pickup alone. However, the push button is one of my favorite things. On both guitars, it stacks on the next single coil, so you can get sounds that sound very close to a traditional T-style guitar on something that looks like this, or even get those sounds on something that's more of an S-type, which I think is pretty cool. You can also turn on all 3 pickups at the same time, which I really love on clean tones personally. And of course, both these guitars are built by Vola's excellent crew of luthiers in Japan. They are doing an absolutely stellar job at making these guitars incredibly consistent. And both come with Vola's custom series gig bags. And these gig bags provide excellent protection and are super easy to transport wherever you need to take your guitar with you. Well, I think that's all the details we need to talk about, so why don't we actually get down into hearing these things? But I want to try something a little special. Since these guitars are so similar, I think it would be cool to hear both of them side by side through the same exact setup and playing almost exactly the same thing. I don't know whether or not there's going to be a tonal difference, but it's going to be an interesting experiment. So let's get to it. my friends, our look at the Vasti PDM and the OZ QGM is at an end. I love how these guitars marry a modern sensibility with a little bit of vintage flavor. It's just as easy to get those great modern guitar tones as it is to veer into the classic and the traditional. And I guess the only choice now is, which one do I like better? I guess it's gonna come down to whether or not I want an S-type and a T-type, or a root beer metallic, which looks really cool, and a rose gold metallic, which looks pretty cool. I don't know. I have no idea how I'm going to decide, but I hope you all enjoyed this. And if you want to find out more information on both of these guitars, head over to volaguitar.com and stay tuned for another episode of In the Details very soon. Until then, my friends, I'm Sean Pierce Johnson, thanking you all so much for watching. We'll see you again real soon.